In the early morning hours of May 30th, Joran Sloot says the Kelpo brothers dropped Natalie and him at the beach, agreeing to come back later and pick them up. What happened on the beach could be the key to solving this mystery. So you got out of the car. Did you have sex with Natalie?
No.
How come?
Well, we got at the beach. We walked up. I took off my shoes. We walked to the ocean, and that's where we sat down as well. That's where I left my shoes. And then we started walking, and I asked her, we can walk towards your hotel, because there were a lot of people there too. And she wanted to walk the other way, so towards starting to go towards the lighthouse. And so we started walking in that direction, more towards the fisherman's huts. And we were holding hands, talking, kissing, just having a good time.
Do you have any idea what time you actually got out of Deepak's car? Can you estimate that?
I can't say exactly when. The only thing I can say for sure is when I was home, because that's, you said yourself to me that the most important thing is to look at facts. And those are facts that you can actually say what time you got home. By video footage, what time you left Gosh and Charlie's. Those are things you can actually really prove.
Well, let me jump ahead. What time did you get home to this time frame?
It was 3:35, I think, or 3:25. And I had ABC look at the pieces there. Well, they had the pieces too, so that's.
Are you able to estimate how long you were on the beach with Natalie?
Yeah, it was probably an hour, maybe not even an hour.
So besides walking north in the direction away from her hotel, what else were you doing?
Nothing really, just holding hands and talking about everything.
What was her condition?
Yeah, to me, she seemed like she had something to drink, but she seemed fine. She knew what she was doing.
What did you guys talk about?
We talked about. She said about that she was going to her school and she didn't want to leave Aruba because she loved it so much. She thought it was the best place in the world. And that's the stuff we talked about.
What kind of stuff were you saying?
I told her that I lied to her that at 19 I said that I was going to go study in the States at St. Leo University, and we were just having casual talking about stuff.
So you never had intercourse, right?
No.
How come? I mean, if that was your intention, and
well, I mean, when it actually at the point that it did get down to that, I didn't have a condom with me, and I've heard people say, "Oh, that's strange. Oh, that makes absolutely no sense. Any 18-year-old or 17-year-old then, when he doesn't have a condom, will have sex anyway." And I mean, that's the truth, though. I didn't have a condom with me, and that's why I didn't have sex with her, because I won't have sex with a girl without a condom. I mean, I've never done that before, and I'm never going to do that either. It's just something that I've always kept myself to. That's important for me too.
Did you discuss that with her at all?
Yeah, that's what I told her then, that I wouldn't have sex, that I didn't have a condom, and I wouldn't have sex without a condom. I usually have one in my wallet. I always carry one with me in my wallet, and I didn't have one with me then.
And what was her reaction to all this?
Yeah, she understood that, and she didn't want to do it without a condom either.
So, but there was we had some sort of sexual contact at some point. Is that right?
Yeah.
Was that in the car or is that on the beach?
That was on the beach too.
And at this point, Satish and Deepak, they're long gone in the car.
Yeah.
Other people walking on the beach?
Yeah, there was the time that I started walking the other direction, there was only one couple that walked by. And because most of them were at the actual Marriott hotel. But in that period, there was only one couple that actually walked by.
Joran Sloot told us his version of the night Natalie disappeared, from gambling at the casino to seeing her at the bar to walking on the beach. What happened at the end of the night? What was it that was why do you leave? I mean, what happened? Did the conversation end, or how do you happen to leave? Leave the beach. At some point, you and Natalie separated, according to you, is that right? How did that come about?
Well, I mean, I had to go to school the next day. I was close to my exams. I had to do my final exams. And, my bus was picking me up at 6:40 a.m. I mean, I had to go home, and I didn't want my dad to go into my room and see I'm not there or anything like that. So, I mean, I had to go home. So, yeah, at one point I told her, it's time to go back to your hotel. And she was just like, no, let's stay here. Let's look at the stars. She was just saying, stay with me the whole night. Tomorrow I have to go back anyway, and that's what we were talking about.
And what did you say? I mean, how does the conversation go back and forth between the two of you on this?
Yeah, so she was asking me to stay, and I told her I really had to go. So for me to bring her back to her hotel, and then I said at the end, okay, well, I'm going to call Deepak to come pick me up. And yeah, so I walked right there. There's the fisherman's huts. There's a little because there's a lot of wind there on the beach, so I walked right next to that, and that's where I called him from. And I asked him to come pick me up. And then there was a brother that came to pick me up, and I asked him to come pick me up.
So you actually called him and reached him on your cell phone?
Yeah, on the cell phone.
And said, come pick me up, and what did he say?
And he said, yeah, okay, sure. He was on his computer talking to friends.
So about how much later did Satish show up driving his car?
Probably 15 minutes later, 10 minutes later.
Deepak wasn't there. In the car.
No, wasn't in the car.
Did you see Deepak at all again that night?
No. No, not till the next day, that night.
Did Satish pick you up in his car or his mother's car?
In Deepak's car.
So that's the same car that dropped you off?
Yeah.
Did you say, where's Deepak?
Yeah, that was the first reaction when I came there. I walked over, I sat in the car, and I was like, where's Deepak? He said, he's at home on his computer. And that's when I told him, the girl's still on the beach, and she wanted me to stay there with her. And it's, I want to go home, but what do you do? And he reacted like, okay, yeah, let's go, let's go fast and let's leave. Not really caring about her. Let's just go and leave her there. And I was like, oh, okay, so let's go. So we really went without even saying goodbye to her, without even really telling her at that point that we were going to go.